I want a divorce. Chase stood in the living room, his tone as calm as if he were remarking on the weather. I stroked my belly. At 8 months, the baby kicked inside me. Why? Incompatible personalities. I laughed. Dorothy walked out of the kitchen wearing an expression I'd never seen on her before. Lily, the thing in your belly will be a money loser once it's born. Better to get rid of it now. 8 months. She had begged me to give her a grandchild, now she wanted me to abort it. I drew a slow breath and stood. Fine, divorce it is. Dorothy's eyes lit up. Walk away with nothing, leave the house and the savings. I stared at her. Return my $40,000 down payment, 3 years of salary, $28,000, and the $18,000 bridal gift. Every cent, and I'll sign immediately. Her face changed color. What did you say? I lifted my phone. Here's the wire transfer for my $40,000 down payment. Want a look? Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel and tell us in the comments where you're listening from. Dorothy stared at the screen, her face flashing green and white. Why would you save that? For fun. I pocketed the phone. Divorce, sure. Walking away with nothing, not happening. Chase frowned. Lily, don't make a scene. I'm making a scene? I looked at him. You want a divorce, I agree. You want me to walk away penniless, on what grounds? Dorothy cut in. I put up $80,000 for the down payment. Correct, you paid 80. I nodded. I paid 40, and for 3 years the $8,000 a month mortgage came out of my salary. The deed carries Chase's name, but half that house is mine. You, plus, every paycheck I earned after marriage went to the family pot, $28,000 saved over 3 years. I'm now 8 months pregnant, unemployed, and sitting at home, where's that money? Dorothy fell silent. Chase stepped closer. Lily, let's talk this through. Great, talk about what? He hesitated. The divorce is for your own good. We don't get along, staying together won't make either of us happy. You're still young, you can always. Chase. I cut him off. Do I look stupid to you? He froze. 3 years of marriage, you worked overtime until 11 every night, traveled most weekends, even entertained clients over New Year's. I kept quiet, that doesn't mean I was blind. His face twitched. What are you implying? Nothing much. I stood. I'll grant you the divorce, but the property gets split by the book. Lily. Dorothy's voice rose. You're a woman with a kid on the way, what can you possibly do? Think hard, push this and you could end up with zero. I looked at the woman who, 3 years ago, knelt and begged me to marry her son, now telling me to leave with nothing. Mom, I said with a smile, relax, I've thought it through. I picked up my bag and headed for the door. Where are you going? To Mom's. I turned back. Have your lawyer draft the agreement. If I see the words walk away with nothing, we have nothing to discuss. The moment the door shut, I heard Dorothy shriek inside, that woman's lost her mind. Lost my mind? No, I'd finally come to my senses. At 9 that night I sat in a cab watching the neon slide by. My phone rang, Sophia. Lily, what's wrong? Your voice message sounded off. Chase wants a divorce. 2 beats of silence. That dirtbag. I gave a hopeless laugh. He says we're incompatible. Bullshit. Sophia's voice cracked with rage. You're 8 months pregnant and he pulls the personality card? Is there someone else? I didn't answer. Lily, did you already know? Bits and pieces. Why didn't you tell me sooner? No proof. I sighed. Anne. I didn't want to believe it. Sophia went quiet. Where are you now? Heading to my mom's. I'll come tomorrow. Okay. I hung up, leaned against the seat, and rubbed my belly. 8 months, 2 to go. I'd thought if I endured a little longer everything would right itself once the baby arrived. Turns out he couldn't wait. When I reached the house, Mom was already at the door. "Lily." She rushed to support me. "What are you doing here? Any pain?" "I'm fine, Mom." She studied my face, words dangling unsaid. I knew what she wanted to ask, I wasn't ready. "Let me rest first." "Of course, rest. Are you hungry? I can whip up some noodles." "No need." I stepped inside, closed the bedroom door, and finally let the tears fall. 3 years. 3 years of giving my all, repaid with incompatible personalities. I'd handed over every paycheck in the name of the family. I'd quit my job to get pregnant because that's what wives do. I'd waddled to OBGYN checkups alone at 8 months because the company swamped. I'd assumed that was normal married life. Turns out I was the fool. Lying on the bed, I scrolled through my photo gallery. 3 months ago a message had flashed on Chase's phone: "Honey, missing you today." Sender, work, Parker. I'd said nothing, only quietly taken a screenshot. Later I noticed a screenshot was enough. Later I noticed Parker texted every few days: "Sometimes I miss you, sometimes, when are you coming over?" The worst: "Honey, I'm pregnant too, when will I become your real wife?" That was 3 months ago, meaning she'd been 2 months along. I'd been 5 months pregnant when she was 2 months. I stared at the ceiling. So that's why he wanted out. Not incompatible personalities. Another woman, also pregnant. The next afternoon Sophia arrived. She hugged me the instant she stepped in. "Lily, how are you?" "Okay." She let go and looked me over. "Okay? Your eyes are swollen shut and that's okay?" I managed a smile. "Sit and spill." She pulled me to the couch. "What the hell did that dog do?" I recounted last night's showdown. By the end Sophia's face was steel. "Walk away with nothing? He dares utter those words?" "Not him, Dorothy. Even worse." She slapped the coffee table. "You put 40,000 down, handed over 3 years of salary, and they want you penniless? Do they think the law is decorative? They might genuinely believe it doesn't apply." Sophia exhaled. "So what's the plan?" I was quiet a moment. "I want the divorce." "Damn right. Keep a cheat around for Christmas?" "But I'm not walking away empty-handed." I met her eyes. "What's mine, I keep, every penny." Sophia's eyes sparked. "That's the Lily I know. How are you going to play it?" "Gather evidence." "Evidence of what?" I opened my phone to the screenshots. Sophia paled as she read. "I was already with him while you were still dating around," one line jumped out. "He started cheating, before you two even met. 2 months after the wedding, to be exact. 3 years ago." My voice stayed level. Sophia squeezed my hand. "Lily, why didn't you tell me?" I inhaled. At first I thought I was paranoid. Once I knew, I figured, maybe I could wait it out until the baby came. Idiot. Sophia's eyes reddened. "You wait and he reforms?" "Nope." I shook my head. "He only grew bolder." "Who is she?" "I don't know." I said. "The chats only use honey, baby, no real name. Her profile pic is a rose, no face. Want to find out?" I looked at her. "You have a way?" Sophia pondered. "My cousin runs a private investigation firm, specializes in digital dirt." "Want me to hook you up?" I hesitated. "Would that be crossing a line?" "Crossing a line?" Sophia glared. "He cheats 3 years, wants you broke, and you worry investigating him is over the line?" "Lily, did your brain short circuit?" She was right. Why should I spare him? "Okay." I nodded. "Set it up." That afternoon Dorothy called. I wavered, then answered. Lily. Her voice was shrill. What tales have you been telling at your mother's? Such as? Your mom just phoned demanding we return the 40,000 down payment. My mom? I paused. So she'd known all along. Her money, of course she wants it back. Dorothy's voice quavered with rage. I'm warning you, Lily, the Monroes aren't pushovers. Bring it on. I said. Dorothy, you asked me to walk away with nothing, my formal answer, never. Divorce, fine, but the split follows the law. 40,000 down payment, 28,000 in savings, 18,000 bridal gift, my money stays with me. In your dreams. Dream or not, see you in courtroom. I hung up. My hands shook, yet inside I'd never felt calmer. Over dinner Mom sat across from me, words poised on her tongue. Mom, just say it. She sighed. Lily, does Chase have someone else? I set down my chopsticks. How did you guess? I saw your face, no one ends a marriage over personality at 8 months. She studied me. Also, when I called Dorothy this afternoon her attitude flipped the moment I mentioned a lawyer. How so? Started tough, the house is ours. When I said I'd hire counsel she backpedaled, let's talk. I thought it over. She's probably scared. Of what? That I know too much. Mom was quiet a beat. Lily, did you uncover something? I nodded. He's been cheating. 3 years. Mom's chopsticks clattered to the table. 3 years? Since 2 months after the wedding. She stared, then burst into tears. Mom. My silly girl. She wiped her face. Why carry this alone so long? My throat stung. I thought I could endure it out. Silly child. She clasped my hand. What's to endure in a man like that? I understand now. I drew a breath. Mom, I'll divorce him, and I won't let him off easy. She gazed at me, part anguish, part pride. Good. Mom's behind you. That night Sophia messaged, "Cuz says he's in. Sees cases like this daily, claims he'll have answers in 3 days." I replied, set the meeting. Tomorrow afternoon work? He can come to your mom's. Perfect. I set the phone down and rubbed my belly. The baby kicked again. Sweetheart, Mommy will protect you. I whispered. Whatever happens, I won't let you suffer for his mistakes. Next afternoon Sophia brought her cousin. He was Simon, mid-30s, sharp-eyed and brisk. Monroe, Sophia filled me in. He got straight to business. What proof do you have? I passed him my phone. He skimmed the chat screenshots and nodded. Cheating's a lock. But these are only screenshots, no hard evidence. What counts as hard? Hotel key logs, wire transfer receipts, photos of them together, things like that. When the court divides property, it weighs how big the fault is. The more proof you hand over, the bigger your slice. How do I find it? Leave it to me. He tapped the folder. I'll need Chase's social security number, employer, and the banks he uses most. Give me those, and in 72 hours I'll turn him inside out. I've got his SSN and the company. I'm not sure about bank cards, just his payroll account. Plenty. He dipped his chin. How deep do you want me to go? All the way. When the cheating started, who the woman is, how much he blew on her, how many hotel nights, everything. He shot me a quick look, surprised, then slid back into professional calm. Understood. Results in 3 days. After I walked Simon out, Sophia stayed. Lily, you okay? Fine, I said. Calmer than I expected. Good. She exhaled. I was terrified you'd fall apart. Fall apart? I laughed. Over that man? Not worth it. She studied me, eyes soft with worry. You've changed. Have I? Old you would have sobbed buckets and asked me what you did wrong. I said nothing. The old me would have. Now, maybe the baby's my battery. I brushed my belly. I can't collapse, she needs me. Sophia squeezed my hand. You're right. That bastard doesn't deserve a single tear. I know. I stared out the window. 3 years of marriage, 3 years of effort. Worthless to him. Fine. From this second forward, I won't pull punches either. That night Chase called. I hesitated, then picked up. Lily, come home, he said, voice softer than yesterday. Let's talk. Talk about what? The divorce. I'll compromise, no need for you to walk away with nothing. We split the assets by ratio. What ratio? Me 70, you 30. I laughed. Chase, do I look stupid to you? What's that supposed to mean? Down payment, I put in 400 grand, your mom 800. 36 monthly mortgage payments, 288,000 total, came out of my salary. By money contributed, I own 43% of the house. You, plus post-wedding savings of 280,000 I earned before I quit. And the bridal gift, 180,000, legally mine. Where is all that? Silence. Chase, if you're serious, show real goodwill. 70-30? You think I'm begging for scraps? Lily, his voice spiked. Don't push me. I'm pushing? I sneered. When you told me to walk away with nothing, that wasn't pushing? My mom said it, not me, she said it, you said nothing. Silence equals approval. Drop the innocent act. More silence. I'll repeat, divorce, sure. Split by the law. Refuse, and we meet in courtroom. One more thing. I paused. I know about the affair. Dead air. I know how long you two have been together, and that she's pregnant. How do you know? His pitch cracked. Guess. I hung up. 10 minutes later Dorothy rang. I let it go to voicemail. 5 straight calls, same treatment. Then a text from Chase, Lily, what exactly do you want? I answered, see you in courtroom. Don't force my hand. Force what? I typed. Yuri, the one demanding divorce. Changed your mind already? No reply. I powered the phone off and lay back. The baby shifted. Mommy's here, sweetheart, I whispered. Don't be scared. Whatever they throw at me, I'm not yielding. That's my line in the sand. On the third morning Simon delivered the file. A thick stack landed on my table. Monroe, are you emotionally ready? He asked. Some of this is brutal. I'm good. Show me. He slid the folder over. Page 1, Chase's bank statements. Line after line, my face chilled. Over 3 years he wired $473,600 to an account labeled Lila. 473 grand. My total salary across those 3 years, barely 400. All of it went to the mistress? Every cent, Simon said. Lila, 24, bridal boutique sales. Chase met her 3 years ago while shopping for, ironically, his own wedding accessories. My gown had come from that very shop. Which means while planning our marriage, he'd already locked eyes on another woman. I sucked in air and flipped. Page 2, hotel key logs. 89 nights in 3 years. Roughly 2 or 3 a month. Same East Side hotel, 5 minutes from his office. All those late shifts suddenly made sense. Page 3, candid photos. The pair dining, strolling, hitting the cinema. Lila looked sweet, almost childish. One shot, her belly round, Chase's palm resting on it, both grinning. Timestamped 2 months back. I'd been 6 months pregnant, waddling to OB/GYN checkups alone. He'd been playing expectant daddy, with someone else. I set the picture down, my hand shook. Not from heartbreak. From fury. There's more. Simon turned to the last sheet. You'll want to read this. I looked. A fresh chat screenshot. Sender, Mom. Is Xiaoya pregnant? How far along? 5 months. It's a boy. Perfect. Mom, what about Lily? Relax. I'll make her leave on her own. If she's stubborn, I'll get rough. Mom, she gives birth in 2 months. A daughter, who cares? Don't go soft. Date, 1 week ago. I stared as if slapped. So, these are texts between Chase and Dorothy? Yes, Simon said. I have sources. I sat mute for a long beat. Dorothy had known all along. Not recently, always. She knew her son cheated, knew the other woman carried a grandson, and instead of stopping it, she helped plan my exit. That Burton jab wasn't a slip. It was calculated contempt. Monroe? Simon asked. You all right? I raised my eyes. Never better, I said. Truly. He blinked. Thank you. I stood. This is plenty. After Simon left, I lingered alone with the dossier. 3 years. Marriage, labor, compromise. What did it buy me? 47 grand in betrayal. 89 hotel nights. And a 5-month-old secret fetus. I thought I'd break. I didn't. I just felt cold. A chill starting in my marrow. The man I once called shelter, the family I thought was home, both jokes. I stepped to the window. Sunlight bathed the street, leaves rustled. Sweetheart, I murmured to my bump, no more tears from Mommy. I'd cried enough. From now on, I wanted one thing. Justice. I dialed my lawyer. Zoe, I've gathered evidence. Can you review it? Of course, Monroe. What are we looking at? Proof of infidelity. Wire transfers, 473,000. 89 hotel stays. Plus chats showing his mother aided the cover-up. 2 seconds of silence. Monroe, this is extraordinarily solid. I figured. I want to file for divorce and push for him to walk away with nothing. Understood, Zoe said. When can you come in? Tomorrow morning. See you then. I hung up, gaze fixed on the bright sky. Chase, you asked for divorce, I'll serve it. But the price? Hope you can pay. Lily, are you checking up on me? His tone was ugly. Yes, I said. So what? What's that supposed to mean? We're still married, who gave you the right to investigate me? Married? I laughed. Chase, did you already forget you asked for a divorce the other day? Besides, I'm tracing where the marital money went. As your legal wife, that's my right. His voice shot up, Lily, what the hell do you want? I already told you, split the property according to the law. Cooperate and we can part civilly. Try to play games and I've got plenty of evidence. What evidence? 3 years, 470,000 in wire transfer receipts, 89 hotel key logs, plus chat screenshots of your mom giving you pointers. I enunciated every word. Want me to email them to you? Dead silence on the line. Chase, did you think I was stupid? I said. That I'd meekly walk away with nothing so you 3 could play happy family? Lily. You miscalculated. I said. From the day you asked for divorce, I vowed I wouldn't suffer. You want out? Fine. But you'll pay for what you did. Don't push me, he roared. Push you? I sneered. You cheated for 3 years, blew 47 grand on your girlfriend, and got her 5 months pregnant, and now you tell me not to push you? He had no comeback. Chase, I'll say it one last time. I spaced each word. I want 60% of the house, the 28,000 savings, and the 18,000 bridal gift. Agree and we settle privately. Refuse and we meet in court. In your dreams. Court it is, then. I hung up. Back at Mom's I told Eleanor everything. 100 grand, she gasped. You can really get that much? If everything goes smoothly, I said. But Zoe warns he might hide assets, so I've filed for an asset freeze order. Freeze? It locks his accounts and the house, I explained. He can't move the money. Mom blinked, then smiled. Lily, I never thought you'd go this far. Mom. You used to be too soft. She squeezed my hand. Now you're finally tough. I looked at her, no stinging. Mom, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? These 3 years. I made you worry. She shook her head. Silly girl, you're my daughter, worry comes with the job. She said, as long as you see things clearly, it's worth it. I leaned on her shoulder and finally let myself cry. Not from grievance. From gratitude. Grateful I still had Mom, still had my best friend, still had my unborn child. Grateful I'd finally woken up. The day the asset freeze order came through, Chase's calls went crazy. 20+ missed calls, all him. And a dozen texts. Lily, have you lost your mind? You froze my accounts? Who do you think you are? Call me now. I answered none. That evening Dorothy rang. This time I picked up. Lily, her shrill voice stabbed my ear. You froze my son's accounts? What's that supposed to mean? It means I'm stopping asset flight, I said. What assets? That's my son's money. It's marital property, I corrected. By law, half is mine. Mom, I deliberately used the title. First you told me to walk away with nothing, I said no. Then you offered a 30-70 split, again no. Now I want what the law allows and you still object? So tell me, what exactly do you want? She was speechless. I pressed on, did you assume a woman 8 months pregnant would be easy to bully? Did you think I'd never dare tear the mask off and would just swallow it? Lily. Let me correct you. I spaced each word. I know you helped Chase cover this from day one. I also know exactly how Lila got pregnant. Your son's 470 grand, 89 hotel visits, I've got the records. Silence suddenly filled the line. If you want a fight, bring it on. I said, we'll let a judge decide. She stayed quiet a long while. Lily, what do you want? Her voice had lost its edge, replaced by a quaver. I already said, divide the property by law. 60% of the house, 28,000 deposit, 18,000 bridal gift. That's my bottom line. 60% is outrageous. Then let the court rule. I said, your son committed adultery, the law will favor me. I paused, where are my 28,000 savings and 18,000 bridal gift? She said nothing. I've checked, I said. The money was moved to your account, and then somewhere else. I did not. Bank statements don't lie, I said. If you don't return it, I can sue you for embezzlement. Mom, I finished, the day I married into the Monroes you vowed to treat me like a daughter. 3 years, have you kept that promise? She had no answer. Forget it. I sighed. Reflect on it yourself. I hung up. The next day Chase showed up. He stood outside Mom's door looking haggard. Lily, let's talk. I regarded him through the security screen. Talk about what? The divorce, he said. I can compromise. What kind of compromise? House 50-50, savings go to you, bridal gift. I'll make Mom give it back. I laughed. Now you're willing to compromise? Lily. 3 days ago you wanted me penniless, 2 days ago you offered 30%, now you say half and half. I stared at him. You think we're haggling at a flea market? That's not what I meant. Where's your good faith? I asked. You cheated 3 years, spent 47 grand on a girlfriend, got her 5 months pregnant, and now you offer 50-50? His face changed color. That has nothing to do with property division. It has everything to do with it. I said. You're the at-fault spouse, the court will cut your share. My demand of 60% isn't greed, it's what I'm entitled to. 60 is robbery. Then let the judge decide. I said calmly. How do you think he'll rule? He froze. Chase, I'll repeat it once more. I spaced every word. 60% of the house, 28,000 savings, 18,000 bridal gift. That's my bottom line. Accept and we settle privately. Refuse and we meet in court. Lily. Also, I added, transfer the 28,000 and the bridal gift back within 3 days or I'll drag your mother into the lawsuit. He turned pale. What happened to you? What happened? I looked at him. I keep my word, claim what the law allows, and refuse to be shafted, is that so terrible? You never used to be like this. True. I nodded. I used to hand over my whole salary, do all the chores, go to OB/GYN checkups alone at 8 months. I used to be a fool. He had nothing left. Chase, you said your mom paid for the house? I held up my phone. Here's my 40,000 down payment transfer, and 3 years of monthly mortgage payments, every cent from my salary. He stared at the screen, complexion darkening. Why'd you keep all that? Insurance. I said. You married me, then slept with someone else. He was completely quiet. Go. I said. You've got 3 days to give me your answer. I shut the door. Through it I heard him stand there a long time before finally walking away. 3 days passed. No money arrived. My attorney said Chase's side had requested mediation. A delay? I frowned. Why? Their counsel claims they need time to verify assets, Zoe said. But I suspect stalling. Stalling for what? Probably trying to move what's left, she said. Though accounts are frozen, other property might not be. My stomach tightened. What do I do? I'll dig deeper, she said. Sit tight for now. Next day Zoe called. Monroe, I found something. What? Chase sold the car, she said. The Audi, marital property, he transferred it to his cousin for $1 the day before yesterday. $1. A brazen relocation of assets. There's more, Zoe went on. Your in-law's house is being transferred too, into your husband's sister's name. Does that house involve me? Not originally. But if they claim the 80,000 down payment on your condo came from a loan against that house, the loan could be labeled marital debt. I stared. They want to hang the debt on me? Possibly, Zoe said. Marital debt is usually split. If they say the loan benefited your family, you could owe half. I drew a slow breath. I thought divorce was just splitting property. I didn't expect so many curves. They came prepared, Zoe said. But relax, I've seen these tricks. Evidence is on our side, they can't flip the script. So what now? Keep litigating, she said. I'll file to add more freezes. Also, brace yourself. For what? They might come cause trouble, Zoe said. Cornered dogs jump fences. Sure enough, on the 3rd day Dorothy arrived. Not alone. She brought 3 relatives, a posse marching to Mom's door. Lily! Get out here. She hammered the door, the whole building could hear. Mom reached for the handle, I stopped her. Mom, don't. But. Let her rave, I said. I'm calling 911. The operator answered, I reported, Officer, my ex-mother-in-law is outside with people, threatening me. I'm 8 months pregnant and afraid to open up. Units are on the way. I hung up and listened. Dorothy kept shouting, Lily. You vixen. You seduced my son and now you sue him? Vixen? I almost laughed. Pretty sure I wasn't the one who seduced her son. 10 minutes later the police arrived. I opened the door to find 2 officers mediating. Dorothy still yelled, Officers, this woman seduced my boy and wants to rob us. The cop glanced at her, then at me. Monroe M., you are. I'm Lily, his estranged wife, I said. We're divorcing, she dislikes the settlement, so she came to harass us. She's lying. Dorothy jumped. It was her, she, Monroe M., the officer cut in, resolved disputes in court. Gathering a crowd to disturb someone is unacceptable. But she, also, the cop added, looking at me, this lady is pregnant. If your actions endanger her, you'll be liable. Dorothy froze. I just came to talk some sense. You don't bring 3 people to talk sense, the officer said. Please leave. Dorothy's face was ugly, but she left. At the door she twisted back to glare at me. Lily, just wait. Sure. I smiled. I'll wait. After the police left I sat on the couch, heart still slamming. My mom handed me a glass of water. Lily, scared? Not too bad. I took a sip. Didn't expect her to bring muscle. That woman, outrageous. My mom's face was gray with anger. You're 8 months pregnant and she pulls this stunt. She's panicking, I said. The asset freeze order landed, her son can't move a dollar. Of course she's frantic. Frantic doesn't give her the right. Mom, it's fine. I patted her hand. The law's on my side. She can throw whatever tantrum she wants, nothing's blooming. My mom studied me inside. Lily, you're tougher than I pictured. I have to be. I rubbed my belly. I've still got her to protect. The baby kicked, as if answering. Sweetheart, don't worry. I whispered. Mommy's going to win. A week later I went to the hospital for my OB/GYN checkup. 8.5 months, the baby was perfect. The doctor said we could prep for delivery in another month. Outside the lobby I was hailing a cab when a familiar silhouette froze me. A young girl in a white sundress, belly swollen, standing by the entrance. She was checking her phone, hadn't spotted me. But I recognized her. Lila. The other woman. I stood rooted, heart jackhammering. 3 years. $470,000. 89 hotel key logs. And the baby in her stomach. Right there, 10 steps away. I didn't know what I was thinking. My feet moved on their own. Lila. She looked up, stunned. Who are you? I'm Lily. I said. Chase's wife. Her face strained. How did you know I'd be here? Coincidence. I said. I'm here for a checkup. She stepped back, shielding her belly. What do you want? What could I possibly do? I looked at her. What are you afraid of? She said nothing, eyes flickering with fear and warning. Relax, I'm not going to hurt you. I said. I just wanted to see what the woman who stole my husband looks like. I didn't steal, she blurted. He chased me. Did he? Yes. Her voice shot up. He said his wife didn't understand him, said he'd divorce you, lied that you two were over. I studied her. 24, pretty, but paper white now, guilt all over her face. He lied to you. I said calmly. Married 3 years, cheated 3 years. You're 5 months along, I'm 8. Guess who he actually loves? She froze. I don't believe it. Believe it or not, that's the truth. I said. I turned to leave. Wait. I paused. Sis. Her voice trembled. Is he really divorcing you? I looked back. You're asking me? Shouldn't you ask him? She bit her lip, silent. Lila, I said, do you know why he wants to divorce me? She shook her head. Because you're carrying a boy. I said. And I am carrying a girl. Her eyes bulged. What? His mom says girls are useless. I spoke each word clearly. So they want me gone, so you and your son can take my place. She stood like lightning had struck. I didn't know. I did. I said. So I'm telling you. I turned and really walked away. In the cab I stared out the window, emotions tangled. I wasn't sure why I'd told her. Maybe to let her know the truth. Maybe to watch her break, maybe just to exhale a little. My phone rang. Sophia. Lily, where are you? Just finished the checkup, heading home. How's the baby? Great. I said. I ran into the other woman. What? Her voice spiked. She came at you? No, pure coincidence. I recounted the whole thing. Sophia went quiet. Lily, you okay? Fine. I said. Actually, felt pretty good. Good? She thought it was true love. I gave a bitter laugh. Turns out she's just a baby-making tool. Sophia sighed. That scumbag, off the charts. Yeah. I said. Got 2 women pregnant, lying to both sides. What now? Whatever needs doing. I said. Divorce suit moves on, not giving up a cent. And the other woman? Her? I thought. She was duped, but she's still an accomplice. Won't let her off scot-free, won't go nuclear either. Meaning? If she stays quiet, I sue only Chase. I said. If she pokes the bear, she joins the lawsuit. Sophia chuckled. Lily, you've changed. Have I? Old you would have been lost, she said. Now you're ice cold and razor sharp. Love it. I laughed too. Desperation breeds skill. When I got home, Mom said someone had come. Who? A young girl, pregnant, asked for you. I stilled. When? 10 minutes ago. Mom said. I asked her to wait, she refused, left this and left. What thing? Mom pointed at the coffee table. An envelope. I walked over, opened it. A sheet of handwritten paper inside. Sis Lily, I don't know what to say. What you told me today, I still can't believe. But I'll find out the truth. If you're right, I won't stand in your way. Sorry. Lila and a flash drive. I plugged it into the laptop. Chat screenshots. Chase texting his mom. Mom, what did Lila say? She agreed, marriage license right after we ditch Lily. The baby, of course we want it. A Monroe heir. A boy. And Lily, a useless girl in her belly. Don't worry, I'll clean her up. I stared, fingers icy. Clean her up. That's what I was to them. Trash? I drew a slow breath, shut the laptop. Fine. This evidence, more than enough. On court day I wore a red coat. 8-month belly huge, moving awkward, but I walked into the courtroom alone. Chase sat opposite, face ashen. Beside him his mom, resentment carved deep. The judge tapped the gavel. Court is now in session. Case of plaintiff Lily versus defendant Chase regarding divorce. The next 2 hours were the longest of my life. Also the most satisfying. Zoe presented every piece of evidence. Wire transfer receipts, $473,600 over 3 years, all to Lila. Hotel key logs, 89 visits, same hotel, last one just a month ago. Chat screenshots, Chase and his mom plotting to make me walk away with nothing. Plus Lila's gift, their plan to install her once I was out. The judge finished reading and stayed silent a long moment. Defendant, any statement? Chase opened his mouth, nothing came. His lawyer rose. Your Honor, we feel these exhibits, evidence is conclusive. The judge cut in. Wire slips, hotel logs, chats, all verified. Any defense? The lawyer sat down, mute. Plaintiff. The judge looked at me. What relief do you seek? I stood. Your Honor, I ask, 1. Dissolution of marriage. 2. 60% share of the marital home calculated by contribution. 3. The post-wedding savings of $280,000 awarded to me. 4. The bridal gift of $180,000 returned to me. 5. Sole custody with defendant paying child support. Defendant's response? Chase leapt up. Judge, I object. Which part? The house. I can't give up 60%. My mom paid. I looked at him and smiled. Chase, your mom paid? I lifted a document. Here's the down payment wire. $1.2 million total, $400,000 wired from my account, every dollar I'd saved in 5 years. His color drained. Furthermore, I continued, 3 years of monthly mortgage, $288,000, all auto-deducted from my salary. Amortization records attached. I handed the file to the clerk. Your Honor, my stake in that home is 43%. Given defendant's adultery, I request the statutory 20% tilt, totaling 60%, legally due. The judge scanned and nodded. Evidence sufficient. Chase sputtered, but. Additionally, I pressed on, my $280,000 savings and $180,000 bridal gift were kept by defendant's mother. Transfer receipts here. Another folder up. That $460,000 I demand returned in full. Dorothy sprang from the gallery. I was safeguarding it for them. Not stealing. Monroe, the judge warned, you're not a party. Remain quiet. She flushed crimson, choking. Also, I concluded, during litigation defendant transferred marital property, a vehicle, to a relative for $1, attempting concealment. I seek surcharge. Chase went white. I never. Title transfer on file. I passed the last folder. Court may verify. Silence swallowed the room. Chase stared as if seeing me for the first time. Lily, what happened to you? I met his gaze, calm. Chase, I didn't change. You forced me to. When court recessed, Chase chased me into the corridor. Lily. I stopped. Can we talk alone? His voice cracked. I'll compromise, I can. Compromise? I turned. Chase, where was this generosity before? You cheated 3 years, spent $470,000 on her, got her pregnant, then sent your mom to strip me bare. I enunciated every word. Now that proof is public, you want to compromise? He had nothing. Chase, it's not that I won't let you off. I looked at him. It's that the law won't. I walked away. No looking back. The day the verdict came down, I was home on bed rest. Zoe called, voice electric. Monroe, we won. What exactly? The house is yours, 62%. 2 points above your ask because the judge ruled the defendant's asset shifting was malicious. The savings? All $280,000 go to you. The bridal gift of $180,000, too. The car? Transfer deemed fraudulent. Court orders him to pay you 60% of its value, about $70,000. The baby? Custody awarded to you. He'll pay $3,000 a month in child support until she turns 18. I went blank. So, I actually won? More than won, Zoe said. Total rout. The guy practically has to walk away with nothing. Walk away with nothing. Dorothy had once tried to force me to walk away with nothing. Now they were the ones walking away with nothing. I hung up and sat on the couch, unmoving for a long time. Mom came over. Lily? What's wrong? Mom. I lifted my head, tears falling suddenly. I won. She froze a second, then wrapped me in a hug. Good, good. Her voice cracked. My girl, wonderful. At dusk Chase showed up. He stood at the door, looking 10 years older overnight. Lily, can we talk? About what? I know I was wrong. Can you give me one more chance? I studied him. Chase, do you even know what you did wrong? I shouldn't have cheated. For 3 solid years, I said. 47 grand, 89 hotel key logs, and you got her pregnant. And now you say shouldn't have cheated? He dropped his gaze, silent. You shouldn't have cheated, shouldn't have lied, shouldn't have let your mother try to make me walk away with nothing, shouldn't have hidden assets, but you did it all. I can make it up. How? I cut in. Give those 3 years back? Return my trust? Hand me back the nights I went to OBGYN checkups alone while pregnant? He had no answer. Chase, let it go. I sighed. This marriage died the day you stepped out. Lily. Go. I said. From now on, we don't need to meet again. I shut the door. Through it I heard him linger a long while. Then footsteps receded. I leaned against the door, palm on my belly. Sweetheart, I whispered, it's over. She kicked, as if replying. Mommy will raise you right. I smiled. Without that man, we'll do just fine. A month later I gave birth. A girl, 6 pounds 3 ounces, perfectly healthy. I named her Monronyen. Nyen, remembrance, and also faith. I'll remember everything, and have faith to live well. On discharge day Sophia picked me up. Lily, look. She flashed her phone, news from Chase's side. What news? He got kicked out by his mom. I blinked. Why? Because he had to walk away with nothing. Dorothy thinks he's useless. Sophia said. And Lila ran off. Ran off? She heard Chase walked away with nothing and bolted. Sophia laughed. Didn't even keep the baby, said she's heading south to develop her career. I stayed quiet. So Chase now rents a tiny room in East, Sophia said. Drinks every day, total wreck. I gazed out the window, saying nothing. Thought I'd feel triumphant. But I didn't, just felt, it's finished. Lily? Sophia watched me. What's on your mind? Nothing. I looked back at my daughter. Only that I'm going to live, really live, with her. Sophia grinned. You absolutely will. Yeah. I smiled back. I absolutely will. Once the property division cleared, I owned 62% of the house. Chase couldn't cough up his share, so the place went to me and I paid him 38% in cash. In the end I spent about $350,000 to secure a $2.8 million home. Add the $280,000 savings, the bridal gift of $180,000, and the $70,000 car settlement, I was holding roughly $700,000 in cash. Plus a house, still under mortgage, but mine. I lived in that house 3 years, too many memories, too many painful ones. I decided to sell. It fetched $2.6 million. After clearing the loan I netted a little over $1 million. With that I bought a small condo south side, 80 square meters, 2 beds, 1 bath. Compact, but cozy. A home for me and my girl. On move-in day Mom came to help decorate. Lily, this place is lovely. She eyed the sunlit windows. Bright, quiet building. I cuddled my daughter. This is us from now on. Mom studied me, eyes shining with relief. Lily, Mom's so proud of you. Mom. Raising a child alone and working, I was worried, she said. But seeing you now, I'm at ease. Mom, I'll be okay. I smiled. I promise. She nodded, stroking her granddaughter's cheek. Little Nyen, be good, don't tire mommy. The baby giggled. Watching that smile, my heart felt warm. That was enough. With her, enough. 1 year later. I sat in my office, sunlight pouring through the glass. Department head, 18,000 a month. Nowhere near the million a year hotshots, but for a single mom, plenty. My phone buzzed, Sophia. Lily, lunch? Sure. Where? Cantonese place downstairs? See you at 12. I hung up and finished my paperwork. Outside, leaves rustled in bright sun. I remembered myself a year earlier, 8 months pregnant, husband asking for divorce, Dorothy sneering, nearly forced to walk away with nothing. Back then I thought the sky had fallen. Now I know, the sky didn't fall, only the illusion about that man collapsed. At noon I met Sophia. Lily, you're glowing. She beamed. So different from last year. Really? I laughed. Must be the good mood. By the way, she whispered, heard about Chase? Nope. I shook my head. Don't care to. Listen, she leaned in, he chased Lila south. To the south? Yup. Sophia said. Turns out Lila found a rich guy there. When Chase arrived, she'd already dumped him. And now? Word is he's working some job down south, sending every spare dime home. Sophia smirked. His mom's sick, needs care, but he can't afford to come back, just wires money. What about their old house? Transferred to his sister to hide assets, Sophia said. She denies it now, says she bought it herself. I stared. So, he's left with nothing? Nothing, Sophia confirmed. No house, no wife, and the kid isn't even his. Wait, I interrupted, what do you mean isn't his? Oh. Sophia's eyes widened. Forgot to tell you, Lila's baby isn't Chase's. What? She was juggling several boyfriends, Sophia said. The father is someone else. When Chase found out, he was stunned. I sat speechless. So, he walked away with nothing and got cuckolded on top? Double green hat. Sophia flicked AV. Karma. I didn't know what to say. Honestly, I felt no spite, only irony. He betrayed me, craving a son, the son isn't his. He discarded a daughter, now has nothing, while I own a home, a career, a daughter. Lily? Sophia studied me. What's in your head? Nothing. I came back to the moment. Just gratitude that he let me see the truth at 28. How so? If he hadn't filed for divorce, I might have stayed until 38, 48, I said. By then I'd walk away with nothing. That's how you see it? Yeah. I smiled. Now I'm 28, with a house, a job, a daughter, a future. Still young. Sophia looked at me, eyes soft. Lily, you've really changed. Have I? Before, you asked, what did I do wrong, she said. Now you ask, how can I be better? Maybe because. I paused, I finally learned to love myself. That night I came home, the baby was asleep. Mom whispered, she had fun today, ate plenty. Thanks, Mom. Stop thanking me, I'm her grandma. She smiled. Hit the sack, work tomorrow. You rest too, Mom. After she left, I sat by the crib, studying my daughter's sleeping face. 1-year-old, already calling Mama. I stroked her cheek gently. Nyen, Mommy will always protect you. She rolled over, sound asleep. I rose and walked to the window. The night outside was lovely, stars twinkling. I recalled the evening 1 year ago, Chase saying, I want a divorce. Dorothy saying, the baby in your belly, better to end it. Back then I thought the sky had caved in. Now I understand, the sky didn't fall, it simply changed. And this new sky is bluer, vaster. My phone vibrated. Unknown number, caller ID, some southern city. I hesitated, didn't pick up. It rang off. A moment later it rang again, same number. Still didn't answer. Maybe Chase, maybe Lila, maybe a stranger. Whoever it was, it no longer mattered. Those people, those stories, belonged to a previous life. I set the phone down and returned to the crib. Nyen, I whispered, should mommy take you to the park tomorrow? She slept on, no reply, but I knew she heard. I smiled. Moonlight spilled in, gentle. A brand new day is about to begin.